What? Oh, it's look at us again.
I walked up the porch and we both went.
Really? Because, I mean, all right, we talked yesterday that I dug out a maroon shirt from the autumnal collection.
Right.
Actually, I bought it, or Jerry bought it, I guess, for me to wear on Scholars Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so embarrassed the day I wore it on Scholars Bowl because I didn't know that the day I wore it on TV was the day that Science Hill High School from Johnson City was coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they all come in wearing the exact same shirt as a uniform with the Hilltoppers emblazoned.
So you look like you match them.
And I don't want to show favoritism toward any of the
teams.
teams.
And it wasn't intentional.
Because I don't care who wins, ultimately. I just want there to be shows.
Right.
All right. But so I wore that yesterday because it was autumnal, and then you have on...
Well, it's warm today.
Yeah,
this
an
morning
outfit
was warm.
with whatevers. And now today it's Suns Out, Guns Out? What is this?
It's Suns Out, Guns Out. Like, I mean...
Well, you did disrobe on yesterday's show to show off your shoulders, and now you chose it. That's why you chose this.
I took off my sweater last show because you were talking about your arm cancer and we were talking about arm muscles.
I don't really have it. I don't think. I need to go have it looked at when I get insurance. But
oh, how
actually
the
it feels
tides
better.
have turned.
It feels better today.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. But we unintentionally match again. Hi, I'm Krisha.
I'm Frank, and I often wear blue, so that's not. I'm not. I mean,
no,
it's not
and
odd.
This is denim. I'm down for some denim. If I wore this with blue jeans, do you know what they call it?
Cotton Eye Joe.
A Canadian tuxedo. If your denim on denim is your Canadian tuxedo. I like a good vest. I like a good denim vest.
Yeah, see, and the blue is supposed to make my eyes pop. That's why I wear blue a lot.
It does. There's
That's the point of the blue. Wear the blue.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Yeah? You know, I love doing this show.
I do too.
I actually even listened back to it again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do that? Or
well,
watch?
the other day when I called you,
yes,
I called you impromptu because I had a show note, and I was out on my walk and I called you and you went, "That's so weird," because you were just listening to our podcast and you know it's quality control.
Yeah, I wonder if I need to make the volume louder.
Yeah.
I don't know because but I also don't want to blow everybody's eardrums out. I mean, it looks right to me on the WAV files.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why it's the volume that it is because it looks right. But okay. Well, you can send us an email, krishaandfrank@gmail.com if you think it needs to be louder or softer or whatever. I don't know.
We'll take your notes. We might not take them, but we will respond somehow.
Yes. All right. So I was quality controlling and checking out I think it was the video. I was watching on YouTube, and it had just ended and was about to start the next episode automatically on autoplay. And I'm fumbling for the remote, and you call, and my phone goes, Krisha is, Krisha Brook.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Does it actually say Krisha, though?
Well, yeah, because
because most of the time when I call people, it says Krisha.
That's what Alexa says. When I ask for the Krisha and Frank podcast, it says, now playing Krisha and Frank.
Which is interesting, because if you look at any other, like a lot of people pronounce my name as Krisha, and it's actually, I have questions sometimes, like, have I just been pronouncing my name wrong my whole life?
What did your mama call you?
Krisha. Krisha Brook.
That's the end of that.
Yeah.
See, now I need to get that accent on my Siri. I have it set for Irish. I did the wrong accent just now, but I have it set to Irish, which is lovely.
Right.
And it pronounces most things correctly, like especially people in my family with Irish names.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it sounds just so nice.
Oh, that's nice.
When I get a call from someone, the relatives, and it's like, oh, that's the way it's supposed to sound.
Yeah, so, but no, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I happened to call you right as...
Yeah, but we were checking ourselves out, because we do. So if you watch our show if you watch our show half as much as we do, watch it on YouTube, listen on podcast apps, tell a friend. That way you'll only have to watch half as much, but someone else can pick up the load.
Yeah.
Share the load is really the ultimate message.
Get by with a little help from my friend.
Exactly.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Good, that's why we have a show.
Do you listen to music?
I have been on a Beethoven kick.
Okay.
So I guess technically yes. I think I told you one day when I was upset about politics. I never really finished the story. I don't know if I finished it or not. But I find one of the best classical radio stations that I know of in my milieu is the one from Washington, D.C. And I liked listening to it online because, especially when Frank Jr. was living in the D.C. area, and Megan, I had a feeling like, oh, this is probably what they're listening to.
Right, you're in touch with things.
So I started listening to it more, and there started a whole Beethoven thing, where they're going to go through all of the symphonies, like one a week, and all of the concertos, and all of the things. And I got very excited about this. So, but what they say, and remember, this is Washington, D.C., where it's, everyone hates each other.
Right. It's very divisive.
So their radio sweeper is Rise Above It All, classical, WETA. And I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like thinking, this we're not going to worry about that. We're going to rise above it all.
Rise above it all.
And it's very relaxing. And they have the classical sunrise, where at exactly sunrise they play some peppy number.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, different every day.
But you've worked in music radio.
Oh yeah.
Most of
right.
your career.
Right. So how come I don't listen to music around the house?
Well, it's not even like how come you don't. I was just wondering, are you up with the current? Do you have a genre that you listen to? Classical, I'm guessing.
Lately, I mean, I've been on that kick for a while now.
Because I have a music. I love music, and I love all music.
See that? Yeah, I'm not thinking about it. I often will drive with silence. Like Chef Brockett, for you old Mr. Rogers fans.
Yeah, that's a little murdery to me.
No, well, all right. But now that I've been away from radio for a while, I'm starting to.
Oh, I don't listen to radio.
Delve back in to listen to a bunch of weird stations in our area.
Yeah.
That are fantastic.
There's some cool stations.
There's this one. You know the one I'm talking about, I think. I'll give a plug to WKCE.
Yeah?
Because they are, I don't know, they're AM, but they have a low-power FM that I can pick up most places that I go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But they play songs from the 1950s that I've never heard of.
It's really cool.
They keep playing these songs. I'm hearing them it's like discovery to me. It's like, I know that's Chuck Berry because it sounds like Chuck Berry, and he's got the exact same guitar riff as every Chuck Berry song, but I've never heard that song in my life. This Elvis song, I've never heard that Elvis song in my life. And then all these other ones, I don't even know I couldn't even tell you who they are.
Yeah.
Because I've never heard of them.
Well, I was paying for a Google Play subscription, and then I also get a Spotify Premium for free through my phone. So I canceled my Google Play, and now I'm back. I've been on Spotify since 2013.
You know what's irritating is every time I ask for a song, Amazon Echo asks me to subscribe to unlimited music. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it just to spite you. Because I don't need unlimited music. I just need the one song.
Right, and that's my problem. I have to pay, and I also buy LPs. I buy record albums.
Like vinyl?
A lot, like vinyl.
I have a bunch in the basement. I think. I'm pretty sure. I hope they didn't warp. No, I worked in commercial top 40 radio in the 1980s. I have a promo copy of Like a Virgin with a sticker, compliments of WAVA.
Don't look at my pits.
Don't show me your pits.
Peep my pits. You peeping my pits.
What the hell are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm befuddled.
Back into the left.
And befuddled. I spend money on them, and not as much.
You probably
recently.
wouldn't like the ones that I have, though.
You don't know. I have Lawrence Welk albums. I've got ELO. I've got...
Yeah, see, most of mine would be from the 80s.
Right. REO
Probably.
Speedwagon.
80s and 90s. Well, we didn't like REO. Kevin Cronin, my wife thought he was a jerk.
Oh.
We had to take some listeners to a meet and greet.
Uh-huh.
And he was exhausted. I feel bad for him now. Now that I'm more...
I went to an REO Speedwagon concert once.
Yeah, now that I'm a little more sympathetic to the wagon.
Hi, Bruce.
After they were on Ozark, and I saw them. I'm more sympathetic to the wagon now than I was in 1985,
right?
When we were just exhausted, and we had to go all the way to Baltimore to take some listeners to an REO concert, and then do a meet and greet with the band. And Kevin Cronin was just wanted to get it over with as fast as possible.
I have a theory on meeting artists that I love. Jason Isbell is one of my favorite artists on the face of the planet, and Brandy Carlisle. Yeah. Jason Isbell, I have zero desire to meet him.
Are those country people?
It's more Americana. Jason Isbell in the 400 unit. He's been around for ages, and he's delightful, and he's amazing. I love his music so much. I'm terrified to meet people that I love their music so much, because you know what? Sometimes you're having a bad day.
Yeah.
Sometimes your tummy's upset. Sometimes you ate a bad fig, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you may, because of your job pre-COVID, have to like stand for 2 hours and meet people. And sometimes it's the same people that you see at every show over and over again.
So, I see. So, you're allowed, yes, that's true. It changes things. Like, exactly, this is the beginning of my radio career.
Right.
And I'm in promotions, and my job is just to escort some contest winners.
Right.
And make sure, and Jerry's along with me because it was like Valentine's Day and I had to work.
Yeah.
You know.
As you do.
So, all right, but now, right, having now been on the other side of it, where you have to go stand in the parking lot of some car dealer.
Right.
And
sometimes you're tired. Sometimes you're having a bad day. Sometimes it's tedious. And if I meet someone that it's not even idolize, it's just their music touches my guts and my soul.
Okay.
And then I meet them and they're having a bad day. It's just, I don't want that. Like, I would much rather just...
See, I mean, I like to joke about Kevin Cronin, and like I said, he was perfectly fine. It's just he wasn't gushy.
I met Harry Connick Jr. and I gotta say.
No, I had the opposite experience with Brian Setzer.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you that story quick after we talk about bonezones.com.
Don't forget the S.
Because Bone Zones, now you got me thinking about personal appearances, and I do these for money with Dr. Bill Bass. You know, where he and I we're the entertainment.
Right.
You know, you come and you
MC.
I was the opening act when we did the Big Bopper show.
That's awesome.
Because we had, it was my idea to do a show about the Big Bopper's exhumation. Because Dr. Bass exhumed the Big Bopper, examined him, put him back in the ground.
Cool.
And I thought, well, we knew that his lecture was timed to be like basically a class lecture, 45, 50 minutes. And then we figured we'd add on some Q&A. But Susan at Bone Zone said, that's not long enough. We need you to fill an extra 15 to 20 minutes. So you get up there and do something.
Somebody tells Frank to do that. Yeah.
So I researched the life of the Big Bopper. So I talked about the Big Bopper while he was alive, and then as soon as the plane crash happened, I said, and now here's Dr. Bass.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But
so that's what we do, and that we sell the tickets when there's events.
Right. And right now you don't have events. That's why they need your support on their website, bonezones.com.
Get the merchandise. It's signed by Dr. Bill Bass, and he'll personalize it to you. Just tell us how you want it made out. And it can be the hats, it can be the T-shirts, it can be any of the Jefferson Bass books, anything that you want to hang on to. Physically hang on to. Don't sell at your flea market. Just actually physically hang on to it.
Those are things you hold on to.
Yeah. We got, what do you call it, challenge coins and key tags.
Yeah. All the things.
Bonezones.com.
Don't forget the S.
That was a joke when we did it the first day.
Yeah.
But it's based on a joke that I actually tell every time we do the appearances, because, you know, a bunch of, there's 100 people sitting there.
Yeah.
And they're not writing it down. So I try to get it in their head. So I was telling you
about meeting Brian Setzer.
He was the best.
Yeah.
I mean, he still is the best. If I were to fanboy over a musician, and if I were to listen to music, I could listen. Like I have the Christmas concert from Universal Amphitheater, wherever it is. I could watch that again and again. I can listen to, you know, or watch the live from Japan. I can watch Brian Setzer,
right? The
orchestra, even Stray Cats, because he just was so nice
that it made an indelible mark on.
But also keep in mind that when I met him, I'm working at KROQ, you know, and they're working the angle to get, you know, and K-Rock was playing swing music that year.
Yeah.
You know,
because that was what was that, late 90s? No,
early 90s, early to mid 90s. So Big Bad Voodoo Daddy and Brian Setzer Orchestra and Cherry Poppin' Daddies and somebody Daddy this and Daddy that and Diddy this. So Setzer comes in and we bring the orchestra and we set it up in the hallways of K-Rock, and he's just very gracious, and you know, and the record guy said, "This is Frank. He's in charge of the arrangements." And blah, blah, blah. And then I moved to KLOS with Mark and Brian, and same thing. Setzer now, you know, they're kind of, I guess, behind the K-Rock curve, because K-Rock is so far out in front. So that's time we have Brian Setzer come and everything sets up, and I would occasionally, there's twice I can think of. Well, actually, one year on New Year's Eve, the record guy says, "Why don't you come see Brian Setzer at the House of Blues?"
Holy moly.
So my wife and I go, right? Why wouldn't you want to go see Brian Setzer at the House of Blues?
Absolutely.
They put us at the table with his wife.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was weird. But it was nice. So we're in the front and center.
But it's a little awk.
Yeah, hi. It's good. But he came over, of course, and obviously wanted to visit and say hi. And then one day, Charlie and Anya are driving their minivan. We're going to probably, you know, Michelle's Italian restaurant where they sing opera to you, and and here's this little hot rod driving along the street in Burbank, and it's Brian Setzer.
That's awesome.
So we rolled down the window and waved, and he goes, "Hey, Frank, how you doing?" And nobody could believe it. I was like, "But you just saw it." And then the worst thing, for the best for me, all-time best for me, celebrity sighting, the worst for everyone else in radio, is I think I was unemployed, but somebody had gotten me a pass to the big radio show, the National Association of Broadcasters. The main huge convention was in Los Angeles that year at one of the high-rise towers. And I wanted to go. Probably it was the record guy who got me in, because Setzer was going to be the headline entertainment, and it was going to be upstairs in one of the ballrooms, right? And the lobby bars where all the action is, because you're jockeying for position. You're trying to meet some program director. This one time at a radio convention, I bumped into Shot Scannon. One time at a radio convention, I bumped into Scott Shannon.
Shot Scannon. Ladies and gentlemen, Shot Scannon.
I bumped into, this is at the old Bobby Pole radio convention.
Yeah.
Scott Shannon offers me a job at Z100, and I get a huge raise to stay at WAVA. So I'm like, I will play the game.
Yep.
I will play the game.
Yeah.
So
that is the game.
So I'm working the game, and they're telling us that it's kind of getting to be close to the time where to go upstairs to see the shows. So everyone now is moving from the lobby bar toward the elevators tower, and it's crowded. It's not a huge space.
Right.
And then you hear someone say, "Make way, make way!" Make way for Prince Ali. So anyway, somebody now is security.
There's always, I have to physically demonstrate, but there's always some guy like, hey.
Yeah, it's the same.
Hey.
So they have to push a path apart so that the headline entertainer can get in the elevator ahead of us and get upstairs and tune his guitar or whatever it is.
Can't watch a show if the guy doing the show is not there to do the show.
So who's the headline entertainer?
Brian Setzer.
He's pushing through his decks. "Hey, buddy, sorry. Hey, sorry. Oh, hey, Frank, how you doing?" And the look from all these other guys, like, who are you?
Who do you think you are?
You don't even have a job.
It's such a weird world. I have like a further question for you about music, and then we can wrap up.
Okay.
If I made you, let's say,
a mixtape,
a 5-song playlist once a week, would you listen to it?
What if they don't like the songs?
Well, I'm just saying, do you know some Lizzo?
I've heard of Lizzo.
But do you...
I'm sure I've seen Lizzo on some show.
Well, if you don't like the songs, that's fine, but would you still listen to it?
Well,
give everything a little look-see.
Because you sent it, I would listen to it. No one's ever made me a mixtape in my life.
Oh.
And I guess I made one for my parents one time.
I make a new playlist of music every week.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems like a lot of work.
It's something I like to do, and I make a new playlist of music. It's on my Spotify.
So do I have to sign up for Spotify to hear it?
No, I can send it to you otherwise.
Because I think
you don't want to pay for it.
Well, I signed up for something.
All right.
Because our podcast is on Spotify, but it's also on Pandora. So I think I signed up for Pandora.
I could just yeah.
That was my dog's name.
But Pandora?
Yeah.
Aw.
That's another story about the time I had a dog.
But no, I make a new music playlist every week for myself and for anybody. But I spend time in making sure the segues are good. Like, you don't want a heavy song to go into a light you want to keep it flowing.
Okay.
And so I do that every week, and it's usually about 45 minutes worth of music. But if I did a 4
But I
or
could
5,
listen to it in snippets, or I'd have to sit down and listen to the whole thing.
Well, I'm just saying, if I made the Frank's playlist.
Oh, it would be for me.
Music I want you to hear, and I just put 4 or 5 songs because I know I don't want to overwhelm you.
What would be an example? You got this idea not because of the concept, but because of a song? You must have been some song you thought, "Oh, Frank should hear this."
Yes, it is.
So go ahead and spill the beans on that one so we can get an idea. You can't play it on the show.
I'm not going to play it.
But
it's...
Is it dirty?
No, but it's not a Frank song. That's for sure.
Does it have bad language in it?
It does. It does.
Okay.
But also, I was listening to some Tanya Tucker the other day, and I thought...
Tanya?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it's Tanya. I always thought it was Tanya.
It's Tanya Tucker.
Tanya. So you would know. I don't know. I always thought it was Tanya.
It's Tanya Tucker.
All right.
But, I was listening to Ella May. I was listening to Dua Lipa. Do you know Dua Lipa? Do you know her?
I've heard of these people.
Yeah.
Because I read the news.
Band called Still Woozy. Glass Animals.
Yeah, I mean, I've read of their names.
Right.
But I have, like I said, I just stopped.
But if I throw some Dua Lipa at you...
I got to a point where I just, yeah.
Yeah.
I got, as I switched from top 40 to classic rock at some point, and there's no discovery there. You've heard every one of the songs. So that gets to the point where you just, drive home in silence. Because there's nothing that you want to hear anymore after that. You know what I mean? It kind of...
That's not my mode, but...
No, I get you.
Yeah.
Now I can pop around, and now I can pop in and listen to Rolling Stones again. That's okay.
But your brain kind of gets beaten down when it's just the same music over and over again. But you used to do really nice things for me, and you would throw in on your what was it called on that
The
one
Lost
place?
Classic.
And every once in a while, and it was always the weird serendipitous thing that I would be listening and that you would be talking about me.
It's like the shirt. It's like I knew. I didn't schedule it.
You played one from Jesus Christ Superstar.
That one I might have done. That one might have been me calling an audible.
Yeah. And that was awesome. And
that was because it was Good Friday.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to play... Oh, what was that? Some horrible song by... give me a second. By Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Blood, Wet, and Steers.
Blood, Wet, and Steers. It must be tired. Let's see. What is the worst song by Blood, Sweat, and Tears ever? It was something like Lucretia McEvil or something like that. So the network...
It's too close to my name.
Yeah, Lucretia McEvil. So it's Good Friday. I'm on in the afternoon. The network schedules Lucretia McEvil to play. And I'm like, no. And the Bible Belt. I'm not going to play Lucretia McEvil
at Good Friday.
3 p.m. on Good Friday. I'm not an idiot.
Everybody's out of work, jamming.
Yeah, so I deleted that one and slid in old Murray Head doing a little, Jesus Christ, Superstar.
No, that's not what you played.
What did I play?
No, it is what you played.
I know it's what I played because that's the one. That's the one I had to download from home and bring over there.
So sweet. You called an audible that wasn't even an instantaneous audible. You had to plan a plan.
I had to plan
audible.
Plan ahead.
Yeah.
For that one, yes, because all right.
But then every once in a while,
Pilot of the Airwaves by Charlie Dorr would come on, and I already knew that was your favorite song.
My favorite
back
song.
in the olden days, so I would say something. But it wasn't just that. It was like some Van Morrison.
There were some times that you'd be like, and this reminds me of a story, and I would just be listening. Okay, we gotta go.
All right. God bless you all. Have a great day.
Okay. Are we done?
You're obviously done.
Well, no. Look, are we done?
Yeah, the camera's at low power mode, so I guess we're done. Thank you so much for watching, listening, and subscribing and sharing. That means super duper lot to us because we're shared out. We have no one left we can share this with. Yeah. So we need you to pick up the slack.
We've even lost friends now. Friends are like, I don't care.
It's sad. It's sad, yeah.
No, it's fine. Thank you all. Right. Seriously, thank you.
All right. See you tomorrow. Talk to you tomorrow because we can't see you.
We might.
All right. Did you stop the camera?
No.
It's still going.
They're going.
All right. Well, then I'll stop the audio. You stop the video.
Okay.
No, I said I would stop the audio when you stop the video.
Oh, okay.